My name is Chris Block. I'm a 35-year-old engineer, and I'm an adaptive diver. Actually only been an adaptive diver for the last 5.5 years. After a bicycle accident, 35 or 45 seconds later, in the blink of an eye, I became a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the armpits down. So essentially 80% of my body is just dead weight, paralyzed. And in order for me to do adaptive sports and get out of the house, I found a great group in Diveheart. After being in inpatient rehabilitation for 4.5 or 5 months, I knew I didn't want to sit and rot in my mom's house for the rest of my life. Being an active guy, always doing as many sports as I could possibly do, I wanted to plug into a network that was going to help me learn and grow and potentially get out of my comfort level, but also help me just essentially get out of my house. And I saw a flyer with a young pretty girl on it, and I said, how do I get involved in that? About 3 or 4 months later, I was in a pool, and Jim Elliott, the founder, said, well, when are we going to get you to Cozumel? And I said, well, when can I go? And 6 or 8 months later, I was on a plane in Mexico. And if I could say one thing about Diveheart, it's the people that make it what it is. About 1 in 1,000 people get the opportunity to dive, and around 1 in 1,000 of those are adaptive divers. So definitely do anything you can do to get involved, plug in, and join us, because no matter who you are, where you come from, Diveheart has a place for you. Potentially one of the best things about diving for me is the fact that I get to essentially escape gravity. I am sitting 90% of the day, and there's pressure on my butt, there's pressure on my feet, and gravity is bearing down on me and in effect causing me pain. My joints and my limbs, and just literally the weight of the world is on top of me, whereas in the water, in the open ocean, I get to escape gravity and literally get out of my head, leave this planet, and go to a place where serotonin is immediately released. No pain on my joints, there's nothing pushing on my butt. Underwater, there's this natural peace and serenity where you're not focused on your job or schoolwork or how you might be able to pay a bill. There's not any notion of pain ever, because you're literally on a different planet. It's changed me for life. There's no way I can imagine life without diving. You may have noticed on the back of a rash guard or a Diveheart t-shirt, it says, imagine the possibilities. No matter what level of challenge you may have, Diveheart will help you overcome your challenge. I may be a wheelchair user to most people, but to Diveheart, I'm just a diver.